nearing midnight when Elena first heard the faint echo of footsteps beneath the stairwell. She paused in the hallway outside her apartment, pulse fluttering, the dim corridor light casting long shadows across the floor. She had moved into this old townhouse just a week ago, drawn by its charm and affordability. But the building was ancient, full of creaks and hidden corners. Tonight, she realized some of those hidden corners hid secrets. She pressed her back against the wall and listened closely. The steps came again, slow, deliberate, measured. Not many floors above, perhaps right under her feet. She swallowed hard, reminding herself that the building's plumbing could make noises, that old pipes creaked, but somehow this felt different, alive. Her phone's flashlight flicked on instinctively. She edged toward the stairwell door. The old wood was chipped. The handle stood out cold beneath her fingers. She opened it gently, the narrow staircase descending into darkness. The glow from her phone revealed damp stone steps, and at the bottom, a faint glimmer of movement. "Hello," she whispered. No answer. The hair on the back of her neck prickled. Still, her curiosity overrode fear. Elena stepped downward, each footfall echoing in the hush. Halfway down, she saw it. A figure crouched beneath the stairs, half shrouded in shadows. It was slender, with pale skin that seemed almost translucent in the weak light, and hair long and tangled. Its arms were splayed, fingers extended, as if reaching toward something or someone. Elena froze. The thing lifted its head slowly, its eyes, black, hollow, meeting hers. She gasped and dropped the phone. The light spun, casting jagged patterns on walls, as she lunged backward. She scrambled up, heart hammering, breath ragged. When she reached the hallway, she slammed the stairwell door shut and pressed a chair against it, trying to steady herself. She fumbled to call the landlord, but the number wouldn't go through. The building's reception was quiet. No voices answered her knocks. She sank to the floor, shaking. The next morning she told herself it was a nightmare. A trick of the mind, exhaustion, stress. She would go about her routine, forget what she saw. But by nightfall, she could feel it again, the sense of something observing her. The following evening, she stayed out late, visiting friends, trying to avoid being alone in the house at night. But when she returned, the hallway felt colder. The lights flickered, and in the silence, she heard it again, a slow scraping from beneath the stairs. She grabbed a flashlight, steeling herself, and opened the stair door. The darkness gaped at her, silent and still. She descended cautiously. Halfway down, she heard a soft whisper, "Elena, Elena." Her breath caught. The voice was soft, mournful. She flicked the flashlight low, inches ahead. The figure lay motionless against the walls, curled in a fetal position. Its face was turned away. She swallowed and spoke, voice unsteady. "Who are you? What do you want?" Silence. Then the voice again, "Home." With trembling fingers, she inched closer. The ghost lifted its head, its eyes full of sorrow. It whispered, "You must help me." Elena's heart pounded. She asked, "Help you with what?" The spirit's lips parted weakly. "I fell. Beneath the stairs. My body lies somewhere here. Find me." A cold wave washed over Elena. The townhouse had once been a duplex, and she had heard rumors of a disappearance decades ago. She had always dismissed it as local ghost stories. But now, in this moment, it felt real. She nodded, though her voice trembled. "Okay, I'll try." For the next few nights, she searched. She combed behind walls, under floorboards, into crawl spaces. The ghost followed her, guiding silently with whispers and occasional sobs. She found scraps of old clothing, a rusted locket, but no body. On the sixth night, as she pried up an old floorboard near the base of the stairs, her flashlight beam fell upon a small cavity, enough for a hand, just big enough to peer inside. She gasped. Inside lay a skeleton, curled and broken, its hands clutching the locket she had found earlier. The metal was engraved with initials, L.M. She recoiled, heart in her throat. But the ghost's whisper urged, "Bring me out. Let me rest." Elena carefully pried out the bones, laying them gently on a cloth. She carried them upstairs, through the house, into the hallway. The ghost hovered, and as she placed the skeleton on the floor, the spirit knelt beside it. She watched, transfixed, as a pale light surrounded them both. The ghost looked at her, eyes softening. "Thank you," it whispered. And then it faded, dissolving like mist in dawn's light. The skeleton crumbled, dust in the air. Elena closed her eyes in grief and relief. When she opened them, the hallway was quiet. The house felt lighter. No more footsteps beneath the stairs. No more whispers in the night. In the following days, Elena searched historical records and found that decades ago, a woman named Lydia Martin had vanished from that very townhouse. No trace had ever been found. The initials LM matched. Elena resolved to share the story, hoping others would remember Lydia, so she would not be forgotten again. Sometimes at midnight she would pause in the hallway, but now, instead of dread, she felt only peace. The shadows beneath the stairs remained, but the darkness no longer held menace. It held memory, and a spirit at rest.